lovely people, and welcome back to our top 10 series where we give you super cool, awesome top 10 list. I'm Court McGinley. Today I have a very fascinating list for you guys, and that is the top 10 most incredible archaeological discoveries. Alright, so as many of you know, thanks to our good friend Indiana Jones, archaeological discoveries are the study and exploration of past human life examined through the recovery of graves, buildings, tools, scripts, and pottery. So I hope you guys are ready to be archaeologists in training with me today as we learn about some super cool discoveries. But before we get into this adventure, I want to know, what is the coolest thing you've ever found? Let me know your answer down in the comments. Alright guys, here we go. In our number 10 spot, we have Staffordshire Hoard. The largest hoard for Anglo-Saxon metalwork was found just 7 years ago in a field near Lichfield in Staffordshire. Over 3,500 martial items made from gold and silver dated back to the Kingdom of Mercia in the 7th and 8th centuries were excavated, with experts saying this discovery was equal or even more impressive than the Sutton Hoo discoveries. Coming in our number 9 spot, the baby disposal. Not too long ago in Rome, several archaeologists were searching through the sewers beneath the bathhouse in Israel when they came across hundreds of baby bones. Someone in the bathhouse apparently disposed of hundreds of babies in the sewers below. To this day, no one knows who did this or for what reason. In at number 8, lost civilization in the Honduran rainforest. In 2015, researchers made their way into the pristine Honduras rainforest to confirm that there were in fact remains of virtually unknown cultures that thrived in the eastern Mesquite region over 1,000 years ago. Archaeologists have begun to explore one of several cities identified. So far they have discovered plazas, sculptures, and the pyramid. In 2015, the expedition was put on hold until 2016 due to the fact that half the team was hit with leishmaniasis. This was a tropical disease that was transmitted by sandflies that swarmed the explorers in stinging clouds. Luckily, this is not a fatal illness. And at number 7, Mount Owen MOA. Back in 1986, an expedition group was exploring the cave system of Mount Owen in New Zealand. As they made their way deeper and deeper into the caves, they came across a very well-preserved massive claw. Even though they had never found anything like it before, they assumed that the animal it belonged to must have recently died due to the fact that it was so well preserved. But after bringing it back to their labs and inspecting it further, they were actually baffled to discover that it actually belonged to an upland moa, which is a large prehistoric bird. The fact it was so well preserved was astonishing. So maybe these long clawed birds still lay deep within these caves. Moving on to our number 6 spot, we have the Terracotta Army. On March 29, 1974, local farmers who were digging a water well discovered the burial ground of the first emperor of China, Qin Shi Huang. They also discovered a collection of terracotta clay sculptures depicting the emperor's army. These statues date back to the late 3rd century BCE. There were a total of 3 pits, which held 8,000 soldiers, 230 chariots, 520 horses, and 150 cavalry horses. Apparently, the point of the emperor being buried with the sculpture army was so that the soldiers could continue to protect the emperor in the afterlife. As you can imagine, this was quite the discovery. And at number 5, the Voynich Manuscript. This book has been described as the world's most mysterious manuscript, and it dates back to the early 15th century in Italy. Most of the pages are filled with what looks to be like herbal recipes, which wouldn't be too odd seeing as herbal recipes were extremely popular. However, none of these plants match any known species, and the language remains undecipherable. On to number 4, the Rosetta Stone. The stone was first discovered in 1799 by a French soldier, and this has been one of archaeology's greatest discoveries to date. The stone is only a fragment from a larger stone that contained a decree issued by King Ptolemy around 200 BC. This black granite stone is inscribed with 3 languages, which are Egyptian, Demotic, and Ancient Greek, and was originally believed to be displayed in a temple. And at number 3, we have Dead Sea Scrolls. The Dead Sea Scrolls are one of the major archaeological finds of the last century. Over 981 different texts were discovered between 1946 and 1956 throughout 11 different caves located about 2 kilometers inland from the northwest shore of the Dead Sea. These texts are of great historical, religious, and linguistic value because they include the 3rd oldest known surviving manuscripts of biblical documents. Coming in our number 2 spot, the Lycurgus cup. This cup is a 4th century Roman glass cage cup, and it could also be referred to as a goblet. This goblet is covered in many images of King Lycurgus' death. This 1,600-year-old goblet shows that the Romans were nanotechnology pioneers, and here's why. So the goblet is jade green in color, but it turns a dark red when light casts through it. And this color change puzzled scientists for years. However, in the 1990s, broken fragments of the goblet were analyzed, and it was discovered that the Romans had impregnated the glass with particles particles of silver and gold, and they were as small as 50 nanometers in diameter, which, to break it down for you guys, is less than 1,000th the size of a grain of table salt. Alright guys, so we talked about some pretty incredible archaeological discoveries, but the discovery in our number 1 spot shocked the world. In our number 1 spot, we have the Antikythera Mechanism. This 2,000-year-old device was discovered in a wooden box after a shipwreck off the Greek island of Antikythera around the turn of the 20th century. Once found, it absolutely astonished the whole international community of experts on the ancient world. Some believe it to be the world's first scientific calculator. It has dozens of gears and can precisely measure the position of the sun, moon, and planets by simply putting in the date. The fact that something this advanced was built 2,000 years ago shows us that our civilization was already accomplishing incredible feats of mechanical engineering. Well, there you guys have it. That was our list of the top 10 most incredible archaeological discoveries. I hope you guys enjoyed going on these discoveries with me. Let me know down in the comments below what other adventures we should go on and other lists you want to know about, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, we have more top 10 lists up over here, and if you'd like, you can give me a follow on Instagram at CourtMcGinley, and I'll see you guys later.